Hey guys, Junebug here. Today I'm going to be going over Project M Ganondorf. It's going to be similar to my last guide in the way it's formatted. I'm going to be covering his basic character analysis, neutral, his movement, moveset, offensive and defensive mix-ups, combos, recovery, and edge guarding. And once again, this format's going to be in the description and in the video. So without further ado, let's get into it. So Ganon has some great tools. His pros, amazing range. All of his aerials and tilts have this large sweeping area around Ganon, and it's great for just covering huge amounts of space. Insane damage output. This down air does 20. His forward air does 17. All of his tilts pretty insane in terms of damage output as well. So yeah, he's gonna be you're not gonna get like 15 hit combo strings with Ganon, but those 4 hit combo strings can lead to death. So super important, super high damage. He has a really nice waveland. In Melee, that's all you'll see Ganon players doing, just like using his great waveland. Since his other movement options aren't as good, this waveland ends up being really nice for just moving around the stage, moving on platforms, such. He has amazing specials, probably some of the best in the game in terms of overall utility. He has the neutral B in the air, which is a float, sets up for different approaches and edge guarding. He has the grounded neutral B, or the double tap in the air neutral B, which is a reflect. Has a nice reflect hitbox now. It used to be pretty bad, but now it's actually useful. Helps him with those character matchups he had trouble with previously. And his down B is one of the best get off me moves in the game. Has an insane hitbox. It can be used to catch people trying to outmove Ganon, trying to dash dance camp him. Just kind of burst up their area of space and throw them off. He has chain grabs, which is either a plus or a con, depending on how you look at it. But his chain grabs, his grab in general tends to be one of the best down throws in the game, just because of the angle it sends most characters. You can get most aerial follow-ups after it. So those are kind of Ganon's pros. Let's go over his cons. Like I hinted at earlier, he's very slow. Because of this, he tends to suffer versus a lot of the cast, namely a lot of the top tiers, because top tiers in Melee and Project M, they tend to be, fast, or they have disjoint, and Ganon has neither of this. He's very slow, and he doesn't have disjoint. So yeah, those characters with great movement speed, ability to mix up their approach as well, kind of spam buttons on your shield and in your space. Those characters gives Ganon a lot of trouble, because he doesn't have the speed to really combat that. And because of this, he tends to be worse on the larger stage that he's on. Characters with greater movement speed don't really have to contest this range that Ganon controls. So yeah, large stages definitely harder for Ganon to do well on. Speaking of defense, he doesn't have the best out of shield options. His jump is kind of slow out of shield. He has wave dash. He has a roll. Other than that, if you get caught in your shield at an inopportune time as Ganon, you're gonna have to eat a pretty heavy mix-up, because his out of shield options aren't the best. They're all kind of slow. And we talked about how amazing his down throw was, but I didn't say how shitty his grab range was. Look at how close I am. I'm actually touching Ganon's hand, but I can't grab him. Let's see if I move forward a little. Okay, there. T-Rex grab range. Look how short that is. You're gonna miss a lot of grabs as Ganon until you understand how short his grab range is. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. But I guess it makes up for the fact that he has one of the best down throws in the game. Alright, so that's kind of a basic pros and cons of Ganon. Let's get into his neutral. Ganon in general is a slow range character that has to be played quite patiently. He doesn't have the luxury of kind of going in and spamming a lot of buttons. He has to kind of use his aerials and range to box your opponent out. He's really good at controlling platforms because of these aerials, up air, and his wavelengths. So platform movement is super crucial with Ganon. Also, shield dropping is really useful with Ganon because this up air ends up covering a lot out of platforms. So you want to be putting pressure on your opponent by spacing your aerials and using your tilts. Up close, you want to utilize well, all the time you usually want to shuffle your aerials. But up close, you really want to make sure they're as late as possible, so you can get the optimal, shield mix-up. So, like, forward air jab is pretty safe. Stuff like that. Retreating all your aerials, very important with Ganon. Kind of make sure he's out of harm's way before he throws out the aerial. His movement is gonna depend a lot on those platforms. Like I said, a lot on these wavelengths, since his dash dance isn't as good. Kind of slow. And you can also use this beat reverse float. It's not something a lot of Ganons use, but it's actually a pretty useful option because a lot of characters think, oh Ganon's coming at me. I don't really have to respect this. But he gets out of there pretty quick. It might be actually, his beat reverse float might be faster than his dash. I can't confirm this, but it's pretty fast. So that's kind of his neutral overview. You want to be throwing out a lot of aerials, controlling these platforms, controlling space, and of course, because I forgot to cover this special. One of the best specials in the game. Side B, command grab. If anybody's kind of just overshielding versus all your aerial pressure, you're always threatening the potential command grab, and then you can get a lot of crazy follow-ups off of it that I'll cover later. His nair, bair, and up air all auto cancel. So, really good spacing tools. And you can waveland out of them. You can waveland out of bair and up air. So, they're even better. Just control so much space with them. So, while Ganon can't really dash up and go ham, he has an effective way of pressuring with his range. And he's constantly threatening shields with the threat of his either command grab or just raw grab into a follow-up. So we kind of covered Ganon's movement, but once again, I'll go into it. Wave dash is okay. Retreating short hops are super important for spacing your aerials. The reverse float, also very good. Wavelands, great for kind of using Ganon's mobility to its fullest. And then we also have the B reverse floats. Pretty much all of Ganon's aerials are useful in neutral. He doesn't have a single bad one, really. So let's kind of talk about his kit. We'll go over each of his moves. Jab is like a get off me move. It's one of Ganon's best close range moves. One of his fastest, I think it is his fastest close range option. It gets crouch canceled at early percents, so it's not really spammable, but it does have its uses. Like, if I'm pressuring somebody's shield, I shuffle right next to them. If I know they're going to try to shield grab, I can kind of just jab afterwards. This is like the Ganon 101, noob Ganon strat. Like, every Ganon knows forward air jab. It's only really useful when you know your opponent's going to press a button, or like try to jump out of shield, or try to challenge it. Otherwise, jab usually not as useful. It can be used in comboing, and some combos. I'll explain that later. Grab, super useful. Up throw is good against fast followers, but most of the time you want to use down throw and get that guaranteed aerial follow up. At different percents, you want to go for different things. Kill percents, go for a forward air back air. Dash attack is actually super good. It sends about like a Sheik-like angle. It doesn't really set up for combos that well. You saw like after I hit him, he got out of hit stun pretty quickly. But it kind of pseudo combos. Like people will get set up for put in a horrible position, and then you'll get a follow up, or you can usually get a follow up. Another kind of movement option, along with down B, goes in the same movement category as down B, is his Dacus. Basically, what I'm doing is dash attacking, and then canceling that dash attack with an up smash. So all put together, it looks like this. And this does 44 damage if I get the strong hit. If I get the strong hit. Oh my god. Yeah. And if I get the weak hit, aka the torso, then I'll get a really nice hitbox that kind of sends them sideways. Whatever. But it'll send them sideways. So that's pretty much Ganon's. Then we have his tilts. Forward tilt, a good spacing tool. Nice after aerials to kind of box people out of shield. It's also very good for edge guarding. Just covers a great range. Can angle it up, middle, or down. Low end lag. I'm pretty sure it's safe on shield if you get the tipper. So yeah, great move. Fair is his most powerful and most shield stun heavy aerial. This is going to be one of your main spacing tools. Does a lot of damage. And then you want to kind of use it to mix up your opponent and control a large amount of space. You'll get good mix-ups if you forward air somebody's shield. I think shuffle forward air is +2. I could be wrong though. Somebody can fact check me in the comments. Yeah, so forward air, great move. Spacing. But it does take a while to start up, so retreating forward air is usually your best option, just so you don't get hit out of that forward air startup. Bear has low end lag, really great for covering this space behind Ganon. Useful for shield pressure. Bear into forward tilt. Bear into whatever. And also useful for edge guarding. Down tilt is kind of like forward tilt in that it has a lot of range, but it sets up for Ganon's combos a lot better. At lower percents, down throw is pretty much going to link into whatever aerial. And even at higher percents, you'd be surprised at the follow-ups you can get off down tilt. Up tilt is weird. It has one hit that starts up here, and that's not the strong hit. And then the strong hit ends up doing like 22 damage and has like a lightning hitbox. It's kind of hard to use, but it's a strong move if you manage to land it. So Dare is an insane move. it can be used to like kind of catch crouching opponents and start combos, because the hitbox is ridiculous on there. Yeah, his entire body just becomes a hitbox there, and it'll send him straight up and set up for a combo. So yeah, those are all of Ganon's. Oh, I forgot. Nair. Nair is used to be a lot better, but now it's still a pretty good tool. It's harder to get both hits now. You can try down throw Nair, down throw, or just Nair in general, because it's a fast option. It auto cancels. It ends up acting a lot more like melee Nair now, so the hits chain into each other less often. Back in 3.0, 3.5 days, it was the Arty Vortex, where you just retreating Nair forward tilt, and most characters couldn't really do anything about that. It's just a wall of hitboxes. But now it's one of Ganon's fastest aerials, so it's just kind of a good move to whiff. Doesn't have as much end lag as forward air or back air. Yeah, you don't have to L cancel it. And let's cover his specials. Down B, Psycho Crusher. We covered that. Great get off me tool. And I locked. Ganon's down B ends up being a really good tool for just preventing opponents from rushing you down, catching opponents dash dancing. His side B is so good because Ganon's always threatening with these aerials, and people can get comfortable in your shield. So as soon as that happens, you want to throw out the side B as a mix-up. His neutral B, great in kind of reflecting and the float mix-ups. You can use float to mix up your aerial timings a bit. And then of course we have up B, which is probably the least useful of his specials. His smash is not super useful. Down smash is actually pretty good in combos. We'll cover that later. But besides down throw, up smash, down throw, up smash, down throw, up smash. Okay. Down throw, up smash might be a reset too. And Dacus. It's not really as useful. None of his smashes tend to be that useful. So those are his normals. That's his kit. Let's talk about his offensive mix-ups a little. So Ganon, you want to control as much space as possible, but you also want to be noticing how your opponent controls space. Like, if they're trying to come into this range a lot, then obviously they're going to be hit. But if they're kind of staying outside of his range, waiting for you to whiff and then punishing you, then you have to overshoot with your aerials. Kind of run past them or slowly walk up and contest that, control more space, and not just give them an easy punish after you whiff a move. When attacking your opponent's shield or close to them, you want to pay attention to how they move out of shield. Like, if somebody likes to roll, then you want to aerial and then kind of wait and punish the roll. If somebody likes to hit a button out of shield, then you want to aerial and forward tilt, catch their jump. In general, Ganon has a lot of mix-ups he can do with his aerials. You just want to pay attention to how your opponent's going to be moving out of shield. Especially when you hit your opponent with like a Nair on shield or a bear or a fair, know that you have like a slight advantage. You have an opportunity to mix them up, and just pay attention to what they're doing out of shield. So let's say I notice my opponent likes to Nair out of shield a lot. So I'd want to like shuffle forward air their shield, and then maybe retreating forward air again to kind of catch the Nair out of shield. So that's a kind of a basic overview of Ganon's offensive mix-ups. Defensive mix-ups. Retreating aerials are very important in offense and defense, as I covered earlier. Since Ganon doesn't have the best movement options, the small movement options that you make, the small movement choices that you make in neutral are super important. So retreating aerials important for defense. B-reverse float also controls that space. He has a great shield drop game. If you play Ganon, learn shield dropping as soon as possible, because shield drop up airs will just help you get out of so many pressure situations. His crouch cancel game is actually pretty good. He has crouch cancel down tilt, which sets up for a lot of his combos. Down tilt is just such a great beefy move, and he has crouch cancel grab. Out of his shield, he has his rolls, his wave dashes, and his fastest option might be Nair, or actually up B out of shield. Up B out of shield is pretty good. If you know somebody's just gonna try to burst your shield down, because it has that command grab hitbox. I forget what frame it starts up on, but sometimes it's useful. It's very situational though, so it's kind of a weird mix-up choice, but be aware of it. So that's kind of Ganon's defensive mix-up game. Because he doesn't have the best defensive options, you might have to eat a lot of mix-ups, or you can just space so that you don't have to eat too many mix-ups. Let's talk about his combos. So his easiest combos to learn are out of down throw. Down throw has a very nice amount of hit stun, the right amount to chain grab a lot of characters, but also get aerial follow-ups. Kind of up air, then set up for an edge guard, or at kill percents, back air or forward air. You can use Ganon's combos to style or edge guard, depending on what style of Ganon you are. Oh my god, how did he smash DI that off the stage? Sometimes you just want to go for efficiency though. So down throw Nair, pretty good option. Down throw chain grab, obviously a very good option. But yeah, just be aware of how much hit stun it has. You can actually sometimes get down throw down tilt, and that'll set up nicely for a combo. He's DIing behind me. Dumb CPU. Alright, that's set up for a tech chase. Now it's too high. I can get jab into whatever. Jab sets up for mix-ups at lower percents, as I said earlier. Then dash attack and aerial at higher percents. Jab dash attack is actually a pretty decent follow-up. Near first and second hit will link at earlier percents, but it's pretty hard to link in this version. First hit Nair can also be used to extend aerial combos, so landing with first hit Nair into a forward air up air. Dare is the perfect combo starter. It'll link into more dares, or down throw into longer strings. I'm personally a huge fan of down air side B, because then you get the entire side B combos, which we'll talk about it later. Up air sets up for a forward air at lower percents, or it can just be used to knock them off or put on pressure at higher percents. And of course we have the Tipman. Fair is a combo ender. A great spacing tool, also a great combo ender, but you're not going to be comboing with like 6 fairs, really. It sends them too far. Side B is a great combo starter. if you get the grounded one, you get a tech chase. And if you get the aerial one, you get pretty much a free combo. I like jab after it into down tilt, or sometimes you can even grab out of it. But yeah, you can tech chase with your side Bs, or even get a combo. It's pretty nice that you have all these options. Why is this CPU Ganon DIing side B better than actual opponents? So I guess if they DI away on side B, sometimes the aerial side B will turn into a tech chase. In which case you can down B, you can do a few different options. But what I like to do out of side B is usually just jab into dash attack. Yeah, see how that comboed. You can also do side B into down tilt. And then that also catches miss tech. An option I like out of side B is side B into down smash, because it'll cover 2 out of 4 options. So after I aerial side B, I know they can either tech in place, tech away, miss tech, or tech behind. So I'll charge down smash and cover any character that kind of has like a bad tech roll. Oh, Ganon's tech roll is actually pretty good. Yeah. Against most characters, I guess Ganon and Sheik would be a few examples of characters with good tech rolls that this doesn't work on. But down smash is going to cover tech in place and tech in, and taller characters will also cover miss tech. Some shorter characters will not get covered though. So down smash is a great option on a tech chase. Also, this move resets if you notice the missing the techs out of your normal side B. So those are kind of Ganon's combos. Kind of not the best combo character, but you can get some sick combos, sick chain grabs into like edgeguard setups. Speaking of edgeguarding, let's get into Ganon's edgeguarding game a bit. So after a strong hit, Ganon has a lot of different options for edgeguarding. All of his moves are kind of long range, so he can poke off the stage really well with all of his aerials. And Tipman is a nice, really disjointed aerial. It serves as a semi-spike. Tipman is this weak hit of up air right there. So I can semi-spike Ganon. And then, yeah, pretty much edgeguard him. Float is really good for setting up edgeguards. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And recovery. Ganon's recovery is really decent and really solid compared to melee. The way his down B works is it gives him back his jump when you use it. So the resources you have when recovering are your float, your down B, and your double jump, which you get back after a down B. So you can use this to get some pretty crazy recovery angles. You can try to go low. Going for the sweet spot is usually the best option with Ganon, because he can sweet spot from pretty low. Yeah, he doesn't really even have to go above the ledge there. Oh, I messed up that time. But You have your float, down B, double jump, up B. And you want to mix those up. And of course side B. This is an amazing tool for recovering, because you side B a few times, you put the fear in their opponent. They don't want to go out there and get command grabbed by you and sent to oblivion, because that's what happens if you get command grab in the air. You kind of just get dragged down. I like yeah, putting that fear in my opponent. So yeah, great recovery there. See, even CPU Ganon making it back. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Let's summarize, I guess. Ganon, solid character. Probably solid mid-tier character with great range and killing potential, but unfortunately not the best movement options. He rewards fundamentals very well, namely spacing fundamentals. So he's a good character to just kind of pick up and learn. His aerials are pretty safe on shield when spaced and also when shuffled. So, and same with his tilts. So you can get some nice mix-ups there and set up for your combos. He has some crazy like 3-hit combos that can kill. Like down air to side B to jab to dash attack to up air. Let's see if I can do a cool combo real quick. Well, that wasn't really a cool combo. But down air sets up for anything. You can pretty much freestyle with this move. And down tilt also sets up in a similar way. Just sends him straight up. The combos are acting weird because it's trading mode, so none of my moves are scaling. So he has nice combos, nice kill potential, great spacing tools, and some nice recovery mix-ups. That's pretty much Ganon in a nutshell for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I'll try to answer them. Last minute thoughts. Oh yeah, down B edge canceling. This is super important. Just do this all the time, and I think you'll be the best Ganon. And this. All hail the king. Wait. I gotta kill old man Ganon real quick. Boom. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe and let me know if you want to see any more stuff. Peace.